What's happening, everybody? Hopefully you're enjoying your weekend. All right, let's talk a little bit about this Week 12 matchup against the Broncos. 1 p.m. kickoff Pacific time. It's at Allegiant Stadium. We're back at home. We played in Cincy. We also had a bye week. Then we were in Miami. So now we come back. We're in Allegiant Stadium. Most likely, the Broncos fans are going to absolutely fill up that stadium. We're going to see a bunch of ugly-ass burnt orange in that stadium. But let me know in the comment section down below. Are you pulling for the Raiders to win, or do you want us to keep playing for a draft spot? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's always interesting to see what this fan base wants to see. So let me know in the comment section down below. We're going to break this thing down, but before I do, my previous video, I announced my next giveaway. I hit 4,000 subscribers. My way of saying thank you and showing my appreciation is doing my giveaways. It's my 6th giveaway since starting this channel last season. So if you want to be included in that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But go to my previous video, my video that breaks down the potential battle between AP and Scott Turner, our new offensive coordinator. I kind of break that thing down, but go to that previous video. Make sure you're a subscriber, hit that like button on that video, and put in the comment section the word giveaway and your favorite Raider player of all time. That will automatically include you in my giveaway. And on Tuesday, November 26th, I will announce the winner of that giveaway. Again, just my way of saying thank you and show my appreciation. So let's kind of dive into this matchup and what I'm looking for. As it stands right now, the Broncos are coming off a very impressive win against the Falcons. They're obviously trending upwards in their potential. And so they just came off of a season high, 38 points against the Falcons. Bo Nix looked extremely impressive. Now, to be honest, everybody's tearing up that Falcons secondary, but either way, they're trending up. They're trending in the right direction as a team. And then you kind of look at us, right? We're 2-8. We have a 6-game losing streak. We're coming off of a loss against Miami. Our defense is going to go into this game with a ton of injuries. Our offense has been completely shifted around. Scott Turner is the new offensive coordinator. The running game has struggled since day one, and we're going to be out both Zamir White and Alexander Mattison. So a bunch of question marks there in the running game. This offense needs the running game in order to potentially find some success. But again, I just don't think it's there. But because the 2 running backs are down, it does open up the window for a new young running back to kind of see what he can do. And so I'm kind of excited about that. Definitely going to be something that I'm looking forward to watching. But again, what I'm looking for in this game is not necessarily the wins or the losses, right? What I'm really looking for is I'm looking at position groups, specific players, but I'm also evaluating the coaching staff. Patrick Graham, let's see how your defense performs. You're going against an offense that's trending up with Bo Nix and the Broncos, but then also Antonio Pierce. You have 7 games left to kind of prove to this fan base and anybody in that front office that has some reservations on whether or not you should be the head coach next year. You got 7 games to prove it. And so it's time for you to step up and kind of clean up some of these things that head coaches are responsible for. And I'll kind of break those things down in this video. And so let's kind of jump over to the defensive side first. We're going to have some pretty key injuries to some pretty significant starters this game. Jacorian Bennett's going to be out. Nate Hobbs is going to be out, and Jack Jones is doubtful. And so if that's going to happen, obviously some of our young rookies, DC Richardson, he's going to get plenty of playing time. He looked pretty good against Miami. I liked what I saw out of him, kind of getting, I think, the most playing time he's gotten all season. And so I definitely want to look at DC Richardson, just kind of see how does he progress as a young rookie, and do we see him taking those steps forward to potentially find himself deserving of more playing time. Now, in order for us to even have a chance during this game, I mean, this defense has to have a strong game. They got to come out and they got to ball without question. And one of the biggest things is, one, they got to stop allowing the opposing offenses to score touchdowns on their opening drives. The majority of this season, this defense has let that happen. And we can't just give teams the momentum to start the game. We got to stop them. Either it's a 3-and-out or make them punt that ball early, give the offense a chance to kind of get the ball rolling and get the lead, because we don't have an offense that's going to be able to come from behind. So this defense definitely has to step up, give us that momentum early in the ball game so we can kind of ride that wave as long as possible. In addition to that, if we're going to have any chance at victory, I mean, I think our defense has to hold this Broncos offense to at least 17 points or under. You got to take it to him. We got to get to Bo Nix. You got to make him uncomfortable. And the thing is that you got to stop this running game. If you force this offense to be one-dimensional, the one thing that Bo Nix has struggled with is getting that passing game going when they're away. And so whenever they play away, that passing game just isn't as crisp or as put together than when you see them play at home. And so again, yes, they're at Allegiant. It most likely will be a home game feel for them. But either way, this defense definitely has to step up. And one other thing that they have to do is they have to stop the miscues. I mean, you look at what Mike Gesicki did when we played against Cincinnati. There was miscues, miscommunication on the defense. All of a sudden, he goes open up the seam. It was about a 40, 50-yard touchdown. And then last week, Jonnu Smith, same exact thing. A little bit of motion. The defense didn't communicate, lack of communication. He comes wide open, no one within 10, 15 yards of him, catches the ball, and scrambles for a 50-plus yard touchdown. I mean, the defense has to clean up the miscues, and that's all on coaching. And it kind of goes back to what I said at the beginning of this video. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these coaches and just how are they coaching up these players, because miscues and miscommunication is completely on the coaching staff. And so that's what I want to see. I want to see this clean up these miscues, and I want to see this coaching staff really show that they're doing their job. And so that kind of breaks down the defensive side. Now let's jump over to the offensive side. Now, on the offensive side, we definitely have our injuries, right? Alexander Mattison, Zamir White, they're both doubtful, so they may not play. And what we heard is that Antonio Pierce announced that Amir Abdullah is going to get the start. Now, I know I've heard some people say, well, why the hell is Amir Abdullah getting the start? Just because he's getting the start does not mean he's going to get the majority of the snaps. There's a really good chance that we're gonna see Dylan Labe, even Sincere McCormick. So the carries might be split up pretty evenly between those three guys. I think Amir Abdullah and Dylan Labe might get the bulk of the carries this game. But one thing is, you better secure the football, because Dylan Labe, this is his chance. It's his time to redeem himself off of that first carry he had. I forget what week it was, but that first carry, he fumbled the football, and then we really haven't seen him since. And so this is his opportunity. Make up off that miscue, play with confidence, and then take advantage of every opportunity that you get. When you get that ball in your hands, just make sure you play good, sound football, and just show us what a late round running back can do for us. And so I'm definitely excited just to kind of see him get going and just see what we got in him. So let me know in the comment section down below if Dylan Labe does get a decent look and a bulk of the carries. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he is going to shine? Because a lot of people thought that he was going to be one of the sleeper running backs coming out of this draft. Let me know what's your thoughts on Dylan Labe, and do you think he's going to find some success against the Broncos? Now, the other thing I'm looking for, Scott Turner, is he going to keep everything kind of simplified? Because that's what he looked like he did against Miami, but also, is he going to be a little more balanced? Last game, we were very pass heavy. We passed 43 times and only rushed the ball 16 times. And Antonio Pierce, I stated this in my last video, Antonio Pierce continues to say he wants us to establish the run. But what is Scott Turner going to do? Is he going to lean more on the pass? Because, again, he was our passing game coordinator. This is what I think he's more comfortable in doing. And in his press conference on Thursday, he did say that he likes to pass. He wants to get the ball to our athletes in space. And that's kind of the only way to really do that, is being able to pass the football, whether it be with screens or whether it be with slipping the running back out of the backfield, whatever it may be. But I'm really curious to see just kind of how Scott Turner is going to call this game. And are we going to try to overemphasize or even force the run, even if the pass is seeing some success? So that's definitely one of the things I'm definitely be watching for, is just kind of how Scott Turner does, because at the end of the day, this is his tryout. He's auditioning. If AP is the coach next year, Scott Turner's kind of auditioning for that offensive coordinator job. And so definitely want to see just kind of what he brings out of what his offense is going to look like and the direction that he wants to go. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think Scott Turner is going to be, or has a chance at being the offensive coordinator next year if AP is retained as the head coach going into the 2025 season? Now, no matter what the situation is, this is going to be a very tough matchup for our offense. The Broncos, I believe they have 6 players that have 3+ sacks on that defensive front. They also have the highest blitz rate in the entire NFL. So this is going to be a huge test for this young offensive line, but I'm excited for it. I want to see what this young offensive line do. Colton Miller, since week 6, has improved, so he's kind of getting to the old Colton Miller. We also have a young interior offensive line that continues to improve week over week. Andre James is back. He was our starting center to start the season. I think Antonio Pierce made a great decision to continue with JPJ, because Andre James is probably one of the worst centers in the league right now, and he's shown it. He's shown it all season long. So I think it's a great decision by AP to go with JPJ. You got Jordan Meredith at one guard. You got Dylan Parham at the other guard. Unfortunately, I think Dylan Parham is kind of our weakest link right now on the offensive line. But again, it's still a young interior offensive line. I want to see how they do against a good defensive front, and just see, is this something that we can look forward to going into the offseason and going into next season, is a young offensive line, young interior offensive line that continues to make strides. And then you got our right tackle, DJ Glaze, which again is doing a really good job of improving week by week. You give him the rest of the season and entire offseason, I think he has a really good chance at battling for that starting right tackle job going into next season. So that's definitely one of the things that I'm looking forward to watching this upcoming game, is our offensive line. Just how do they battle against a really good defensive front of the Broncos. And so definitely something that I'm looking out for. Now, most importantly, the number one thing I'm going to be watching out for this offense is you got to keep feeding Brock Bowers. Get Brock Bowers the ball every chance you get. He is one of, if not the top tight end in the National Football League right now. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think Brock Bowers is the top tight end in National Football League? I think he is. And he's shown it. His numbers show it, and he's on pace. He's on track to basically break the rookie tight end record of all time. And this is what I want to see. If we can hang our hat on something, it's that we've nailed our first round draft pick. And let's keep that ball rolling. So that's what I want to see Scott Turner, Gardner Minshew. I want to see us do. Continue to feed Brock Bowers and let Brock Bowers not only inch closer to that rookie tight end record, but also continue to allow him to make his argument for the rookie player of the year. Usually it goes to a quarterback, and that's probably where it's going to go. But at the end of the day, allow him to continue to make that argument. Just keep feeding him the ball. Let's get him that record. Let's also continue to let him showcase his talents and prove that he potentially can be the rookie player of the year. So again, continue to feed Brock Bowers. I want to see it, and that's what I'm definitely be looking for as well. And lastly, I'll be watching AP. AP has 7 games left. He's got 7 games left to prove to this fan base and everybody kind of looking at him in that front office that he deserves to be, or he should be, the head coach going into the 2025 season. He's got to clean up the penalties. He's got to continue to make this team fight, show that this team is fighting for him. But most importantly, got to clean up the penalties. The penalties are what lies on the shoulders of the head coach. It's the responsibility of the head coach to produce a very disciplined football team on that field every Sunday, every game day. And so far, we are not growing off of what we thought we were going to see at the end of last year. At the end of last year, we were one of the most disciplined football teams ending last season. And we come into this year, and we are, not only do we have a lot of penalties, but we're also committing penalties at the worst times. And so AP needs to clean that up in order to kind of just show that he deserves to be the coach next year, because our record is not good. Our record's trash. We're 2-8. We're at the bottom of the AFC West. All of our AFC West opponents are looking to get better, and we're looking worse week by week. And so AP has to show us in some way, and I think that's the only way right now that he can continue to show us that he deserves a chance to continue to be the head coach of the future. And so that's definitely what I'm going to be looking for. I think AP right now is kind of under the magnifying glass, and he needs to figure out ways how he can prove to this fan base in that front office that he deserves a shot next season. Guys, I appreciate it. This is kind of my breakdown of the game. Again, the season hasn't turned out the way we wanted it, but we got 7 games left. So let's keep battling and let's keep paying attention to things that I think can help us moving into the 2025 season. But again, guys, I hit 4,000 subscribers. So go hit that previous video that I dropped and go hit that like button. Make sure you're a subscriber. In the comment section in that video down below, type the word giveaway. Let me know who your favorite Raider player of all time is, and I will announce the giveaway winner on Tuesday, the 26th, on who that winner is. And so again, it's just my way of saying thank you and show my appreciation. So make sure you guys enjoy the game, no matter what you're watching for, but enjoy the game. And make sure you come back, turn that notifications. I do go live after the game with a couple of my guys, and we kind of break down the game and give you our feedback. And so again, make sure you hit that notification so you do know when we go live. So again, appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.